This is the turbo case feed plate from the Double Alpha Academy, and in this video we're going to test it with the Dillon case feeder. Gavin, you here from ultimatereloader.com. I just got my turbo case feed plate from the Double Alpha Academy. This signature orange color you've seen here on set in a lot of different features. I use primer handling products and a lot of enhancements to Dillon presses like the case feed system for the RL550. This turbo case feed plate is an enhanced design over the standard Dillon design, which you find not only in Dillon case feeders, but also in the Hornady case feed system. This is a thicker plate. It's got enhanced feed channels, and the promise is that you're going to get faster feed rates and more reliable feeding from your case feeder. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually put that to the test with 9mm. According to Double Alpha, I watched their video to kind of study up on this. You're going to see best gains with cases like 9mm, and then 45 ACP on the other end. You're going to see gains, but maybe not quite as much as with 9. So I thought 9 would be a good test case. We've also got the wedge. This is an upgraded wedge. Quick note about the Dillon case feeders. If you got the old AC power supply version, like I've got on my XL650, you don't need the wedge. There is a wedge in the new DC variable speed units like this one. So we're going to remove that and install this guy. So it's got the built-in clutch. You've got the adjustment screws here, but it's got this D-ring, which makes for easy removal. You might have noticed if you have to kind of fumble around on these Allen screw heads, it's a little bit difficult to grip. So this machine is set up for 45 ACP, but we're going to just do some static tests with 9mm into a bucket, and we're going to compare the feed rates with the stock setup and with the enhanced setup. So why don't we do the stock setup first. We're going to drop the plate in. I'm going to get this ready to feed some cases, and kind of what I thought we would do is we would just let it run for a minute once it's reached its steady state with everything all run up. We'll see how many we get with the machine floored with the stock Dillon setup, and then we'll put the turbo case feed plate and the enhanced wedge, which can be purchased separately. You can use this with these Dillon case feed plates as well, and we'll compare the output. If the claims are true, we'll see increased throughput with the turbo case feed plate. Okay, so I've got the Dillon factory parts installed. We're ready for our baseline test for speed. I will note that I have the small pistol case feed plate in the machine. There's also a large pistol case feed plate, whereas with Double Alpha Academy, you've got one size fits all from everything 9mm up to 45 ACP. There's a shim that you can use as well for longer cases, which we won't get into. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up the case feeder. We're at about 2/3 speed here. When the first case falls, I'm going to start the timer. We'll run it for a minute. We'll weigh the cases. I know they're 3.8 grams per case approximately. That will give us a count. And then we'll repeat with the wedge and turbo case feed plate. So let's do this. Okay, so there is our first test, and we are at 286 grams. 286 divided by 3.8 is 75 cases. Okay, so let's get things set up and roll with the turbo case feed plate. All right, so let's get the turbo case feed plate and wedge installed, I do like to take the entire bowl and remove the entire bowl when I do this job on the Dillon. Look at that. That is the way to do it right there. Make sure we don't have excessive debris. Kind of a lot of cleaning media in that batch of brass. Not my favorite thing. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the plate in first. Okay, and then we're gonna swap out the wedge. So we've got the turbo case feed plate installed and the wedge. It's a really simple install. There's just 2 screws on the outside of the bowl. You remove the Dillon screws, which are slightly smaller in terms of the Torx head on them, and then use the supplied screws for the Double Alpha Academy wedge. Get it kind of angled into position where it's kind of bottomed out. Make sure it's not rubbing on the turbo case feed plate. I then added our cases, exact number of cases that we used last time, and ran it up. We've got an empty bin here. We're going to do the same exact test, starting the clock when we get the first case. Push in. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We're at 334. And 334 minus, okay, excuse me, 334 divided by 3.8 is 87.89. Let's call that 88. Divided by 75 equals, we're at 17.2% faster. So there you go. With the Double Alpha turbo case feed plate and wedge, we saw almost a 20% improvement in throughput for our cases. Plus, we've got 1 case feed plate that's going to work for a variety of different pistol cartridges and corresponding cases from very small, like 9mm, up to 45 ACP and beyond. And if you want to know more about this product, go to doublealpha.biz. You can also click on that link in the video description. That will take you over to the article, which has links to the corresponding product pages. Here's what I want to know is, what do you think about the turbo case feed plate from Double Alpha Academy? Drop a comment and we'll start a discussion. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel, or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you're interested in becoming a professional gunsmith, check out the Sonoran Desert Institute. They've got a degree program, they've got a certificate program, and you can study from home. Learn more at sdi.edu. Thanks again for watching.